and welcome to License for Success. Another episode with some great guests today, two young, exciting people that have taken a chance in mortgage banking. And of course today, License for Success is always sponsored by TAM Lending Center out of Cherry Hill, New Jersey, a full-service banking organization that can help you with all of your financial needs, from FHA, VA, conventional, first-time home buyers, to investment properties, fix and flip, and commercial loans as well. So let's get started. We're going to move right into a career in the mortgage industry in today's day and age. And as you know, we had a few bumps in the road in the last few years, and we're back, as they say. The mortgage industry is booming. The real estate industry is booming. The country is certainly motivated with a good mindset of growth. I think people are more relaxed now in this country to move forward, to buy homes and put their money in real estate investments and capitalize on all the foreclosures and short sales that have come out of the past economy that we all have lived in the past few years. And it's exciting to see some new young people getting into the business and growing. So without any further hesitation, I want to introduce my guest today, and of course my great co-host, Nikki Haley, who is our Director of Marketing. How you doing today, Nikki?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to have these guys on. I'm excited to hear them talk about their experience and their interest in becoming loan officers for TM Lending.
That's great. And you also have some great social media news for us later.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a little Tinder marketing later on. So this should be a little interesting and a little funny, but yeah, that's my segment for today. So I'm excited for that one.
There's something else besides Facebook?
Of course there's something else besides Facebook.
That's pretty
and
cool.
Believe it or not, you'd be surprised how many people are actually on these dating websites and how they've started out as dating and transitioned to a Facebook type of website or Instagram. So 50 million users, that's 50 million people that you can market to every day to sell your property, your listing, or
there you go.
Your loan programs.
50 million, is it?
Yes, 50 million.
There you go. That's a little better running that in a local paper.
Exactly.
All right, so here we have Alexa Castro and Alex Valentine, and they are two of our bright stars at TAM Lending. We brought them here today to let them tell you their story of how they got into the business and what how they're what they're perceiving the mortgage business as, and the freedom that it gives you, and the flexibility and the kind of money you can make, and most importantly, how you're helping a lot of people get what they want and need. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yes. Well, thank you for having me this morning.
You're welcome.
I'm so excited to be here. So I'm a recent grad from Rowan University, and I got in this industry because I really want to help people. And one of the things as an adult is, you have a goal to own a home. And I want to help someone achieve that American dream of, buying a home. And any way that I can help would be amazing. So that's a big reason why I got in this industry personally. I don't know about you.
Well, let me ask you a question about that. How old are you?
I'm 22 years old.
22 years old, and you want to help the people realize their dreams. Give me five.
Absolutely.
Well, an interesting fact about Alexa is when I met her, which was at one of Josh Buckner's events, we had him on like 2 weeks ago talking about Better Qualified and his real estate part. Exactly. And we actually met at one of his real estate parties, and she was initially into marketing when she first came out of college. And she was just explaining to me basically why she was interested in becoming a loan officer. And she came to that networking event specifically to meet people in the industry and just start to kind of feel her way in. And, from there she met Steve, she met a couple of our other loan officers, and she kind of hit the ground running from there.
Yeah, that's great. And what Nikki's referring to is a networking event that is held, I think, once a month in the Philadelphia area. And there's a lot of that in the mortgage business, where people get together, meet each other, share ideas, and how to succeed. And it's a great networking business where you form relationships that just helps you make money and help people and keep on going. We have a great life. We make a lot of money and we have a lot of fun, right?
Yes.
All right, well, let's introduce this young man. So, Alex Valentine, tell us a little about yourself.
My background is in car sales. I was in it for about 6 years. So basically, what you're talking about with the mortgage, the flexibility, the hours, helping more people. With car sales, you're working 80 hours a week, and it's a lot different. So what happened was I was talking to my dad, and he introduced me to Mike Giaconelli. And after speaking with him about getting into the business, he was really motivating, and something different I wanted to try. And once I got into it and I was actually doing the 20-hour online course, it was very interesting to me. So I decided, to go with it, and so far I love it. And I have Mike Giaconelli to mentor me, who is a great person to have that done, and that's what I'm at.
That's great.
To a good start.
That's great. Mike Giaconelli is a vice president at TAM Lending. Mike has had a career in real estate that very successful. He is one of the top mortgage agents, salespeople, entrepreneur in this South Jersey and I'll say Eastern Pennsylvania area. His wife is one of the top underwriters maybe in the country. She's incredible. Yes. So they're a great team. They're great people to work with.
Absolutely.
He's big also in the commercial end of the business, and he's one of our top people. I love to work with Mike as well. He's a great man. I've learned a lot from him, and I hope I've taught him one or two things, but we'll see. We'll see. So based on all that, you mentioned the 20 hours. Let's talk about that. Is it hard to get into the mortgage business?
I don't think it's hard if you want to get into the mortgage industry and you're willing to talk to people and put yourself out there and be confident in yourself and invest in yourself. It's not hard at all, and I would highly recommend the mortgage industry to anyone, any recent grads. It's so amazing. There's so many different things that you can do with it. So back to the 20 hours, you learn so much. You learn the logistics of it and about how you really can just build your own business. And you can be so successful if you really just put your mind to it. The 20 hours, it really just lays everything out for you. Easy to understand, easy to comprehend. And within 20 hours, you learn almost everything about the mortgage industry.
That's
except,
great. That's great.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you have a good experience with the 20 hours too?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you were saying, you get a better grasp of the mortgage industry, and by the time you're done, you got so much information that that if you feel excited about taking the next step. So as long as you stay focused and determined and study, it's not that difficult to get into.
Chris, I equated a little bit to hairdressing a bit. I know your wife is in the industry as well, and that's my former industry. And it's kind of like you have your laws that you have to learn for each state to pass your test for your license. But at the same time, touching back on what Alexa was saying, your personality has a lot to do with it as well. Same thing as a hairdresser. You have to be willing to put yourself out there. You can't be afraid to speak to people. You have to kind of break that mold, so to speak. And a few weeks ago, we had Alicia Cooper on, and we were talking about her with the real estate offices and how she breaks the ice and some of her tactics. And I think, as a loan officer, you can apply some of those same hairdressing tactics or, the same way she goes into these realtor offices with little things like bagels just for breakfast or, just coffee for everyone, little things like that, or meeting with a realtor and giving them a gift card. But you have to have the personality where you're willing to kind of put yourself out there and break that ice. You can't be afraid to speak to people, and that's why I think these two are such a great addition to our team at TAM.
Well, and getting back to Mike Giaconelli, Mike is huge in networking events. He belongs to the local cigar club. He goes to various different community functions. He plays a lot of golf. So he's out there. He's meeting people, and that it's an incredible business because with us, we give people money. We give them the money they need for the important things in their life, and people want money, obviously, and we help them succeed. We help them, fulfill their dreams. We help them buy their most important asset in their life, the shelter, their home to raise their family. We help them get into investment properties and build passive income and growth. And so it's easy to make friends if you have that personality, like Nikki said, and just go out to help people. The main thing in our business is, what can I do to help you? That's all it is. You're not a salesman. We're not selling anybody anything. What can I do to help you, and how can I help you? And if you keep that mindset, you'll do great. You'll grow and you'll make a lot of money. So We're going to come right back with these two smart, young, good-looking people, and stay right there. After this short commercial break, we're going to give you a lot of good tips on how you can get into the mortgage industry if you have any interest at all. Thank you.
Most of the time, it's easy to know which option is better. Other times, not so much. So it's good to know that Mazola corn oil has 4 times more cholesterol-blocking plant sterols than olive oil. And a recent study found that it can help lower cholesterol 2 times more. Take care of those you love and cook deliciously. Mazola makes it better.
La Esperanza Mexican Restaurant and Bar, the best authentic Mexican restaurant in South Jersey. Your friends and family will enjoy the fun and the food, like our staple guacamole, tamales, and ceviche. Our weekday lunch special is just $7.99. We also offer Saturday and Sunday brunch. Enjoy the largest selection of tequilas in South Jersey, Mexican beers, bottle and draft beers, fresh margaritas, and daily beer and margarita specials. La Esperanza Mexican Restaurant and Bar, family owned and operated since 2002.
Hi, I'm Becky,
And I'm Eric.
and this is Cookin' Uncorked.
It is
It is. And you can check us out Mondays at 10:30.
10:30 every Monday.
See you there. Got a quarter?
Hi, I'm Jim Cucinato. I'm inviting you to watch my show on the Halo Health Network on RBN. We cover everything you always wanted to know about health but was afraid to ask. We have interesting guests who can help you how to live healthier, how you can be smarter about your health, how you can help your family live healthier and be healthier. We are on Tuesdays from 9:30 Eastern Time to 10 o'clock. Please come and watch us.
If you have a story or product that you'd like to share with our viewers as a guest on the Morning Coffee Show, please contact us at info@radiovisionnetwork.com.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Hi, and welcome back to License for Success, sponsored by TAM Lending Center out of Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And today, this segment is all about a career in the mortgage industry for young people that find themselves coming out of college, and really not too many jobs are available today as we thought there would be with a college education. And this is a great opportunity to use that knowledge and to help people succeed. So we're here with Alexa Castro and Alex Valentine, and of course our great co-host Nikki Haley. So let's get back to the 20 hours. I want to talk a little more about the 20 hours so that people understand. If you do not need a college education, right, a bachelor's degree or anything like that, you get into the mortgage business by taking a 20-hour course that is created by the state that you have to pass, and then you go and take a test that is given by the state to get your license to start legally making money. Now, we talked about that. It's really not that hard, right? And it's very interesting, and you learned a lot. So tell us about how you did it. What, did you just go 20 hours on the computer going crazy? Did you do a couple hours a day? How did it work?
So my experience with the 20 hours, they did a great job breaking it down for you. 20 hours sounds pretty intense and intimidating, but they had stopping points. So you're not just going out and doing the full 20 hours. You do a couple hours a day. You go home, you absorb it. They have these practice tests on there to make sure that you are absorbing all the information that you should be. You come back the next day and you have some more segment and you have more information to learn, and it's just really organized so well. You dip your feet in and then you get to jump in.
Very good.
Absolutely. How did you
How
feel
about
about
you?
the 20 hours?
How did you find it?
I was very comfortable with it. You start, you take your first chapter, it's 1 through 10, and after every chapter you take a quiz that you have to pass in order to go on to the next chapter. And you can't get too far ahead, so they give you, like you said, Alexa said, the 2-hour stop until the next day. And so after you complete your first chapter, you can go back and restudy it a couple times until tomorrow, where you can start the next chapter. So it was it wasn't stressful. It was very easy, and
you're doing it at your own pace.
You're at your own pace, and you learn a lot. So it was very helpful.
Right, and then during that time, you were at TAM Lending during that stretch, which a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. So my experience, I came to the office, and I must say, it's work, but it's also play. I love the office. I wake up.
Don't tell them.
We gotta keep that on the low.
Yes. So during my 20 hours, Jonathan Bing and Alicia Cooper let me shadow them, and so I was just kind of watching and observing and really getting to know what I will be doing once I do become a loan officer. And I must say, Alicia Cooper, wow, amazing. One of the smartest women I've ever met, and Jonathan Bing as well. He's so helpful. Any questions that I had, they had an answer, and then they explained it, and they really made me feel like I didn't have to be afraid to ask questions. And I think that's huge. You have to feel comfortable, and I love it. I'm so
excited.
excited.
The key. I think that's the key when you're working with someone and they're mentoring you. And like she mentioned, Alicia's kind of a whirlwind in our world, and but she's great at what she does. And I think Alexa being teamed with her is a great person for her to learn from hands-on, especially on the realtor side, and learning how she builds those relationships that really helps extend not just Alicia's business, but for her branch managers that are under her, and for TAM Lending as a whole. So Alexa's actually in a really good position right now to learn from one of the best loan officers that we have to offer to mentor someone like her coming into the business. Actually, you both are, because Mike Giaconelli is awesome as well. He's definitely...
Well, and that's a big key at TAM Lending, because we don't just bring someone in and let them fend for themselves. And what we do is we put the young people with experts, successful loan originators and officers and people that have been in the business for years. I think Mike has been in the business for, I'm sure, well over 30 years, and Alicia, she's younger, but she is a top agent, and her income is very good. And to have somebody like that spend that time and teach it and show you the ropes, so you don't make all those mistakes and go out there and fumble. I mean, there's no fumble. We don't want any fumbling.
No.
We're Super Bowl team.
Exactly.
That's right. So we're here to make whoever comes with us. It's a family.
Yeah.
Like Alexa said, it's a lot of play, and what she means by that is we have a lot of fun in the office. We don't want any stressful people showing up, and we don't want anybody to be stressed out. We have a lot of fun, and we make a lot of money, but we make a lot of money helping people, and I think that's why it's such a low-keyed atmosphere, because everyone has the same attitude that we're here to help people. We're here to make money, absolutely. But we're here to get these people what they need and what they want, and for them to be successful. One of our main objectives is to help the real estate agent, right? Because they're our customer, really, and we want them to succeed. So we do everything we can to help them succeed, financial advisors and builders as well. So what are your plans, Alexa, to go out there and start your career? Are you going to talk to any realtors?
Yes, I plan on talking to realtors. That's going to be the next step. Like you were saying, Alicia, for example, she goes to the real estate offices and she'll bring bagels, and I think that since I'm so new, I need to follow her footsteps and do the same thing. I think that's a really good place to start. Go introduce myself and try to make those connections, and then continue to build and keep those relationships. I think a big part of this industry is, once you do make a relationship, you need to continue with that relationship.
Right, I agree.
That's exactly what it is.
And with you guys being so young, and you're from the social media generation, and I think both of you guys can utilize that to build your business and start building those relationships with realtors. One of the things that I would do if I were in both of your shoes is I would just go onto Instagram and start looking up realtors in the area and start seeing who's really active. Start following those people, like those posts, comment on their posts, things like that. And then once you are licensed and you're at that level, you can now direct message that person and say, hey, I've been following you for a while on Facebook or Instagram. I'm a new loan originator in your area. Here's my contact info. And you have that in right from the door, whether it's Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. You guys are kind of in the right place at the right time to build those relationships, not just on a personal face-to-face level, but you could do it on a digital level and then bring that to a face-to-face level and really start to build your business that way as well.
Well, that's so true. You know, I'm 62 years old. I know you're, you know, I don't think I am. And when I started out, believe me, there was no Snapchat or, you know, or anything else out there. And it was a whole different world. The opportunity with the social media reach that you have is incredible. And, you know, LinkedIn.
Yes,
LinkedIn is where
huge.
you want to find your realtors and builders and financial advisors. And, you know, and then, of course, Facebook falls right into that. So, Alex, what are your plans? What do you perceive yourself doing once you're let loose out in the wild?
Both my parents are in real estate.
Oh, wonderful.
So, you know, establishing that initial relationship with a real estate agent is very important. And how Alexa was saying, not only establishing it, but keeping it. You know, making sure you call them every week. Hey, how you doing? Do you need anything from me? How can I help you? Is a very important way to keep business. And so I'm going to establish relationships with some realtors, put my name in the door, and just continue going from there.
Great. So, and that's perfect. And at TAM Lending, we have the wholesalers are people that we give business to, so we become their client. And what they do is they come into TAM Lending and they bring bagels and pizza. We eat a lot.
We eat a lot. Oh my goodness.
And they teach us. You know, we have a big meeting and they teach us their product and we learn how to help our clients. And it becomes back to the play part, it becomes a really great way to learn and earn, really, and make a living and meet some good people and be able to help people as well. So what we do in return is we go out and we're the ones that bring the bagels and the pizza to the realtors,
Yes.
go to their office and help them succeed, go to their functions, a lot of golf, a lot of different parties and outings and networking, and but it's all about education and relationship. So what we do is we teach these young people, you know, the products and what the different products, and there's so many for first home time buyers and investors and self-employed buyers, second homes, you know, reverse mortgages for the elderly. There's so much. And then they take that knowledge and then they go out and they bring that knowledge out into the areas that the niche fits. And you know, meet people and grow and have a great career. You know, I think both of you guys are going to be very successful. I know you both have wonderful mentors. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, well, actually, I was going to ask you. I do always want to add something. But I feel like, Chris, you're a veteran, you know, in this industry. You've been in it for several decades. And my question to you would be, what advice could you give to Alex and Alexa both that they can take with them and just kind of hit the ground running? Even though they have, you know, their individual mentors, but it's always good to learn from everyone that's experienced around you. You can always take little pieces here and there and put that into your blueprint and make it work for you. So what advice do you have for these young guys starting out?
Well, my advice for you is that don't worry about making a mistake. That's number one. That could hold you back so much. So many people want to wait till they know, till it's perfect, till they get it right. You don't have to worry about that. In our business, you're going to go out and you're going to meet seasoned real estate agents, financial advisors, and they know what they're doing. You're going to be bringing them product that we have. You can have the confidence that we have taught you and that we are there to back you. So you just bring them the information, show them how you can help them, and don't worry about it. If you ever get a question that you don't know the answer, just say it. I'm gonna find the answer to that question. I'm gonna get right back to you. And they know who TAM is, and we're there to back you. So don't worry about having everything perfect before you get out there. That's number one. Number two is this is such a vast industry. There's so much here. Don't try and be an expert in everything. Don't try and do it all. What are you passionate about? What do you like? What do you see in this industry? Who would you like to help? You know, when I was young like you and I was in the industry, I got into it and I was traveling the country selling homes in the Pacific Palisades in California and various different communities in Florida. And I was dealing with a lot of the elderly people that we were sending them down, flying them down on an airplane to buy a home, 3 days, 4 nights. I flew with them. My job was just to make sure that they had a good time and to take them to the homes, qualify them on the mortgage, and hopefully they bought something to retire. But with that, what happened and what I found is that I was young, and I'm only 5'5", and I found that most of these people got to really like me. I think they were looking at their grandson, and they were looking at, you know, this guy that was trying to help them out, and it became a niche for me, and I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of good people, and it worked out really well. So, what do you like to do? Who do you relate to? You want to work with first-time home buyers because you relate to them and get them their home, get them out of the apartments and get them the home they need because they're having their first baby after they just got married and they need bigger space. Who is it? What do you see yourself diving into? What product do you think that you could really relate to the people that are using that product? And niche, go after that niche. Find out on social media, where are they? Who are they? How can I meet them and get in touch with them and get in front of them? Go to where they are. Go to their networking parties. Go to wherever they hang out and just get involved and meet them. If I was going to get into the investment niche, I belong to the South Jersey Investors Club or Diggs in Philadelphia where they're all hanging out. And it's just about meeting and forming relationships and having some fun and loosen up. You got the money, remember that. What's the golden rule? Who knows the golden rule? The golden rule is whoever has the gold rules. We have the gold.
Yeah, we have the gold.
And we can help a lot of people. So my advice is to stay relaxed, use your mentors, ask questions. We're there to help you. Pick your niche, and don't worry about being perfect. Get out there and have some fun.
Sounds good.
Great advice.
Yeah, sounds really good.
Okay. All right, so that's the end of our segment for today. If anybody would like to find out about a career in the mortgage industry, you can contact TAM Lending Center in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can contact me direct. Send me an email at cdcristo@tamlending.com, and I'll respond immediately. You can send an email to Nikki. What's your email, Nikki?
My email address is nhaley@tamlending.com. You can also reach me by cell if you like, 856-677-6695. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions or connect you to anyone who can. So please, if you're interested in working for TAM Lending, we're the winning team. Like you said, we're getting Super Bowl rings. That's the goal. So this is the team you want to be on. Please give me a call, guys.
Yeah, and we do have career nights every now and then, so if you just want to put your name in to be invited the next time we do have a career night, please feel free. We're a family at TAM Lending, and we'd love to have more people join our family. So God bless you. Thanks for listening, and have a wonderful day.